Test 1, 2. Hopefully you guys can hear me. We will be getting going in just a minute here with this heat. And we will start off today with our event number 55, girls 9, 10, 50-yard butterfly. That'll be the first event here of this Potomac Valley Swim January Open here from Colgan High School and the Prince William County Aquatic Center. And we're underway. You'll see the lane assignments at the bottom right corner of your screen. None of these young ladies have a time previously in this event. And we're now underway, and the clock is running up in the right corner. 7 swimmers here in this first of 6 heats here in the girls 9, 10, 50-yard butterfly. As they come to the wall, it is lane 3. So it's lane 1 is at the bottom of your screen, lane 8 at the top. And it is a battle in the middle of the pool, lanes 3 and 4. Charlotte Jackson from Potomac Valley. I'm sorry, from Potomac Marlins, and Amelia Henger from NCAP. And right now it is Jackson, about half a body length lead as we come to the wall here. And she will touch first. 51.89 for Charlotte Jackson, 52.47 for for Amelia Henger. Set first legal times for both of these young ladies here. None of the swimmers coming into this heat had times previously. And we wrap up heat 1 here, and we'll be doing flyover starts here today. So the swimmers from the previous heat will stay in the water until the start of the second heat. So moving on to heat 2 here, lane 1 bottom of the pool, lane 8 at the top, as we have a full pool for this heat, it looks like, except in the middle. So we've got both edges of the pool. Lanes 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. We're supposed to have an 8. That should be Ellen Wasiak up in lane 8 at the top of your screen. I think we're going to have a timing issue here as the young lady getting out in lane 1 looks like she kicked the timing board, which throws off the camera work here as well, as the camera automatically clicks when the board is touched here on the near side. But out way in front is Emmy Condra from York, 39.86. 39.86 for her. Again, everyone in this heat without a time coming into it. And in second, looks like it's lane 5. That would be Alina Kinder, and then Coraline Jordan down in lane 1. So you'll see the times come up here, even with the lanes of the swimmers. In addition, times will be posted soon to Meet Mobile. We're about ready to start heat 3. This is heat 3 of 5, event number 55, girls 9, 10, 50-yard butterfly. Lane 1, bottom of your screen, lane 8 at the top. No reset here for the start. And this third heat underway here. See 7 young ladies in the pool this heat, and right now it is Matilda Prey, Charlotte Styling, and Catherine Castillo all out in front. It looks like it'll be Castillo who touches first. 2 swimmers in this heat having pre-existing times. 3 lanes 3, 5, and 6. Right now it is Castillo out in front, the Potomac Marlins swimmer, over a body length lead. And she will touch first up in lane 7. That's Castillo, 46.25 to take this heat. And it's going to be lane 2, which is Matilda Prey, 51.56 for her, 54.07 for Charlotte Styling. So that is a 5-second drop for her. And you see the rest of the times coming through here on the board. So we have one swimmer all the way up in top, lane 8. That's Trisha Walia, still finishing up here in this third of 5 heats in the girls 50-yard butterfly. I'm sorry, third of 6 heats here in the girls 50-yard butterfly. Chloe Carlin in lane 5, cutting a second off her personal best. So good heat for our swimmers there, setting personal bests across the board. We'll move on to heat number 4 of 6. And again, lane 1 at the bottom of your pool, lane 8 at the top. Tight bunching here in the heat. It looks like it'll be lane 4. That is Colin Clark in lane 4 from York, who is out in front in this heat. He makes the turn. Has about half a body length lead over Mary Barrias in 3, and then Juliana Capello up in 6. As they come to the wall, it is Clark with a 42.18. That's about a 5-second drop for Colin. A great job there. Then it's Mary Barrias with a about 4-second cut in second. And Capello, Juliana Capello, cutting 4 seconds up in lane 6 near the top of your screen in third. We're on to heat 5 here. Heat 5 of 6. And we're underway here with this 5th of 6 heats. And it's lane 6, third from the top of your screen. Sydney Hergenroder out to an early lead, followed by Camille Caroma and Zoe Powell-Switai. As they turn and make the way back home. A good turn there for Claire Schreiber up in lane 7. She's battling for third with Powell-Switai. Here comes Sydney Hergenroder up in 6. She is putting together a great second 25. And they'll come to the wall. It's going to be a very tight touch between the two of them. And it is Hergenroder, 38.39 to a 39.06 for Caroma, 41.5 for Zoe Powell-Switai. She cuts about 4 seconds off her personal best. Caroma cutting about 3, and Hergenroder cutting about 5. So great race there across the board for our top finishers. Let's move on to our 6th and final heat of the girls 9-10 50-yard butterfly, and they are in the water and underway. All 8 lanes filled in this heat. And way out, quick start there by McKinley Boson in lane 4. Touching about 15 seconds. Great start for her. Here's Emerson and Carey in lane 5, going to try and track her down. She's clearly in second with NCAP's Stella Harms in third, but it's going to be Mackenzie Boson, 30.92. She cuts 2/10 off her time. Emerson Mancari cutting about a second off, about a half a second off of her time, a 33.65 for Mancari in lane 2, and then Harms in lane 3. Stella Harms cuts time as well. All right, we're going to move on. It's event 56, heat 1 of 6 here for the boys. 4 young men scheduled. Looks like we've got 3 in the pool. At the top of your screen is lane 6. That's Emmett Cocker. In lane 4 at the bottom is Finn Gilkes, and Benji Smith is in the middle. And already making the turn headed back is Cocker. So he does not, none of the gentlemen in this heat have times coming in. And so it will be Cocker with a 43.28. 43.28 for him in this heat. As the other two swimmers coming here, that is Benji Smith and Finn Gilkes, and it looks like it will be Smith who will touch first up in lane 5. He will. And we wait for the 1:12.22 on the board. Gilkes coming in, the time not necessarily registering. Don't worry if that happens to one of your swimmers here this afternoon. Not the biggest of deals, because we have official time, we have timers behind also keeping time, and just because they didn't touch the board hard enough doesn't mean that it didn't register in the system. So we're going to move on. Event 56, heat 2. Hassam Nadim in lane 1 at the bottom, Ben Reed in lane 8 at the top. You saw the rest of the names across the screen. They are underway, and it is Reed up in lane 8, out to a quick start. None of the young men in this heat had a pre-existing time. See those times in the water, reaction times into the water, are the first cut splits that you're going to see on the board in the lower right. Reed was the fastest off the blocks, 0.76 seconds, and he's going to win this heat by a significant amount. Again, no official times for anyone here, and Reed a 36.58. 36.58 for Reed. Then up in second is Gunnar Bowie from York with a 44.14. It's going to be tight here as Osbeck, which is Keenan Osbeck from Arlington, and Kenneth Crew touch almost simultaneously. Osbeck's time will be adjusted based on when he touched the wall the first time as opposed to when the pad registered it. You also see Andrew Bielart here, and Jackson Freed, and now finishing up in lane 1, Hassam Nadim. So again, flyover starts. The order of the day here today, as we move on to heat 3. Heat 3 is underway. Young men are in the water. I'll run through since I saw the names pop off very quickly there. You'll see them in the lower right as well. Charlie Gray in 1, James Cornell in 2. That's the bottom of your screen. Then 4 and 5 are Kristen Tudorac and Paul Wynn. Bill Ta and Albert McCummins, the top two swimmers on your screen. And it is lane 1 touching just out in front, Charlie Gray, ahead of Tudorac and Wynn in the center of your pool. And then McCummins making a run on the top edge. No come to the wall here. Great second 25 in lane 4. That's Christian Tudorac cutting 5 seconds off his personal best, or 4.5 seconds off his personal best. Paul Wynn cutting about 4.5 seconds off his personal best as well. McCummins up in lane 8 did not have a time coming in. Charlie Gray did. He will be under that time because he was under a minute, and he came in with a time of 1:09. Todd cutting about 4 seconds, and it looked like Cornell finishing up there as well in lane 2. This is heat 4 of 6. And they're underway. And bottom 6 lanes here in the pool. 1 at the bottom of the pool, 6 at the top. It's a rather even, it's a very close race here as they turn to touch the 25. It really looks like it's anybody's swim here, but a great turn there by Dylan Park in lane 5. He's opened up about a body length lead over Fortes and Coleman. Coleman trying to close the gap here in lane 2. But as they come to the wall, it will be Park with a 38.49 for Dylan Park, cutting about 6 seconds off his personal best. It's Elijah Fortes also with a significant cut in second, and then Will Coleman in third. We'll move on here. Heat 5 of 6. 5 of 6. You see the names on your screen. Lane 1 at the bottom, lane 8 at the top. They're into water and underway. Great start in lane 4 for Joshua Friend. Friend will touch first. The Arlington Aquatic Swimmer, the first to make the turn. Up in lane 7, trying to track him down. That's Jonah Hu from NCAP. And in lane 2 is Miles Ledford from Arlington. But it will be his teammate, Joshua Friend, who will set a personal best and take this heat, 35.74, cutting about 4 seconds off his time. Ledford will touch second. First time he's been under 40 seconds. The same for Jonah Hu up in lane 3. I'm sorry, up in lane 7 in third place. And finally, this is heat 6, final heat of the day, in the boys 50-yard butterfly. Again, lane 1 at the bottom of your screen, lane 8 at the top, so the opposite order from what you see in the timing block here on the bottom right corner of your screen. And it is Joseph Kelly who touches first in lane 4. He's followed closely by Atticus Laurie from NCAP at the turn, but he's stretching out a lead here in this second 25, and he's going to come to the wall first. So Kelly came in with a 33.25, a 32.96 for first, 36.11 for second for Ruben up in lane 8, and then Atticus Lurie, 36.49 in third. So that is our first event in the books, both boys and girls. We'll move on to the event 57, the girls 200-yard freestyle. 5 young ladies ready in the pool for this one, or signed up for this one, and they are all in the pool and underway. So 8 lengths of the pool, 8 lengths of the pool here in the 200. None of these young ladies had times in this event previously, and it is Livy Laurie from NCAP up in lane 6, out to an early lead over Vicky Weisberg, who's in lane 5. So in that timing board in the lower right, you're going to get split times and total times for the 4 full laps of the pool. So only timing boards here on this near end, the left edge of your screen, near end for me. And it is Livy Laurie out in front, 37.56 at the turn. Weisberg doesn't look like when she turned that there was a registered touch. It's Zoe Murdoch in third. She'll make the touch now, 51.35. Audrey Don is in fourth, and with a 56.36, and Tricia Walia in lane 4 will make the touch here and start her second 50. So 200 here. We'll get to the halfway point here for Livy Laurie out in front, with Vicky Weisberg in second. But opening up about a 10-yard lead there is Laurie, a 43 flat for that second 50, 120.56. She continues to motor. Weisberg again not getting a full touch on the pad there in lane 5. So can't give you her time. So Weisberg now 125 in. As Dawn makes the turn, 148.31 for Murdoch, a 56.96 split. Audrey Dawn with a great split there, 54.73, 151.09 overall. But it is Laurie up in lane 6, 43.46 on her third split, 204.02. Weisberg getting a touch there, 223.87. You'll see the times in that lower right corner. But just as a point of reference, Livy Laurie is finishing up her race, and the other 2 swimmers that you see there, even with her, are finishing up their 150-yard mark. So Lori will touch 2:45.14. 2:45.14 for her. So this Dawn and Murdoch here on the near side. Audrey Dawn putting together a good third 50 there, or 150 mark. And now coming to the wall is Vicky Weisberg. This will be for her 200. 3:10.62. 3:10.62 for Vicky Weisberg there. Let's see, Trisha Wallia is coming back. This will be her 150 touch. She still has another 50 yards after this touch to go. Audrey Donno now, you'll see her at the bottom of your screen. She's coming here to touch for her final 50. And she will come in third in this heat, as Dawn will touch in a time of around 3:40 will be about what she ends up with. I'm not sure that she knows that she's done. But now her goggles, I can tell you, Audrey's goggles have slid onto her forehead. It looked like they were coming loose earlier. But she's still swimming. I believe she's actually done, but because she did touch that wall for the final, but she's still getting another 50 in, even without her goggles on. Murdoch's time, that's not going to be her final time, the 4:06.91. She just didn't touch the wall hard enough at the end of her heat. So we'll get the official time into Meet Mobile, and that'll be the time that you guys will see. Same with Audrey Dawn. She's coming to the wall now, again. But in lane 4, Trisha Wallia will finish up here. And that will end the first of 2 heats here in the girls 200 free. All right. All right, this will be the second heat. Lane 1 at the bottom of your screen, lane 8 at the top. Lanes 1, 7, and 8 without pre-existing times in this. Good start here. Lanes 4, 5, 3, and 6. So that is Renee Owen out in front. McKinley Boosin in second. As they turn here, 32.27 for Owen, 33.18 for Boosin, 34.57 for Audrey Yingst in sixth, 35.4 for Kira Shive, and then Claire Riley up 43.26. You see the times in the lower right corner, but it is about a half body length lead at the 75 mark for Renee Owen over McKinley Boosin. Owen came in with the fastest qualifying time of 2:25.99, and she's opened up that lead just a little bit more, just under a body length. She'll make the turn here, halfway point, 109.55 to a 110.62 for Boosin. Yangst and Shive continue in third and fourth with exact identical times on that second 50 split, 40.93 for both young ladies there. They continue to battle. Shive at the bottom in lane 3, and lane 6 is Audrey Yangst up closer to the top. But a great turn there and a good third 50 here from McKinley Boosin. She has closed that gap up almost entirely to Renee Owen as they'll make the turn. There's only 0.12 separating the two of them. Boosin almost a second faster on that leg. She makes a great turn on the 150 turn, and she is now out in front. McKinley Boosin leading Renee Owen. And she's now got about a half body length lead as she makes the turn, comes to home for the last time. And she has opened up now over a body length lead. A great back 100 here for Boosin, as she's going to take this second of 2 heats here in the girls 200 free, and it is, as she touches 221.75 for Boosin, That's a almost 7-second drop for her. Renee Owen cut over a second to come in second at 2:24.93. So the rest of our swimmers come here. It looks like it's going to be lane 3, which is Kira Shive. She does touch next in about 2:37, 2:38, right around her time. But Audrey Yanks cutting about 10 seconds off her time up in lane 6. Sorry about that. Lane 3 at the bottom is Timothy Friend, Emmett Cocker in the middle in 4. Brennan Gior in lane 5 is the top swimmer of your 3. They've made the 50-yard turn and are on to the second. You see Friend with a 39.24. None of these young men had times coming in, so they will continue to go through here. This is the third of 8 lengths. Now on to the 4th for Friend and Cocker. Will be Friend who will touch first here. .46.94 on that leg. Emmett Cocker cutting into Friend's advantage there by over a second. They are on their third 50 here. Friend still out in front of Cocker just by a little bit. As they come to the wall here at the 150 mark, almost right on top of each other. Emmett Cocker able to take the lead now by about a quarter second over Friend. Cocker with another significantly faster third 50 there. And we'll see what both these young men have for the closing leg. Brennan Gior up in lane 5. He's coming back for his 150 touch here. But it is Cocker making the turn and heading for home. He has now got a body length lead over Timothy Friend. As I said, none of these gentlemen had times coming in. This is about setting new personal bests. And it will be Cocker 2:55.94 and Friend 2:59.25. And we'll see one more lap for Brendan Gior up in lane 6. Brennan makes the turn, headed home here. See him on the right edge of your screen. Said first time for all three of these young men swimming the 200 freestyle. Brendan Gure will touch here about 410. Again, not a strong enough touch there on the wall to get a time. So we'll move on here to our second heat. 6 young men lined up. See them on the blocks here as they reset. Now, Keenan Osbeck in lane 5 and Paul Wynn in lane 4, they are the 2 swimmers with pre-existing times in this event. Our swimmers finishing up the first 50 here, and it is the top of your screen, Joshua Friend, who has a lead over Jack Rubin. And then it's Will Coleman, Paul Wynn, Andrew Beelard, and Keenan Osbeck. It continues to be Joshua Friend, lane 6. Next to top swimmer on your screen, about a body length lead over Jack Rubin. And a close battle here for third. Right now it's Paul Wynn who makes the turn first, ahead of Will Coleman. A Friend will touch here. This is the 100-yard mark for him. He's 118.87, 41.43 on that split. Jack Rubin now a 45.5 and a 123.33 there. And you'll see Paul Wynn now has taken second. Great swim leg there, 46.6 for him as he opens up about a half-second lead. He is in lane 4, Will Coleman in 3. Our other 2 swimmers touching here. That's Andrew Beelart in 2 and Keenan Osbeck in 5. That touch did not register for him. But it continues to be Joshua Friend. But he has now about a half pool length lead. A 40.85 on that leg. He is well out in front here. Did not have a time in this event coming in. Jack Rubin didn't either. He 210.58 on his 100-yard touch. Or his 150 touch, I'm sorry. It continues to be Paul Wynn leading from Will Coleman for third. And then it is, I believe it's right now, Keenan Osbeck over Andrew Beelart. The camera switches when we have a finisher near, and that is Joshua Friend who finishes first. 242.32 for him in lane 6 near the top of your screen. In second is Jack Rubin. Jack Rubin at 255.49, so first official time in this event. And he sets a personal best under 3 minutes, so a great job by him. And then next it's a good finish there by Will Coleman, 3:08.16. He's able to catch and pass Paul Wynn, who had the lead on him at the 150 mark. Paul had a previous time of 3:17.34, so he cuts about 8 seconds off his personal best. Now coming to, well, it's going to be a tight finish, and it is Beelart at 3:28.44. And then Keenan Osbeck, a 3:29.63. That is a 51-second drop off his qualifying time. Great job for him in that heat. So we move on. This is the third and final heat of the boys 200 freestyle. Out in front here as we're coming to the wall for the for the 50 touch. It's going to be a tight race between Chase Fortuano as he touches second by 200 of a second behind Rihan Ajua in lane 4, closely followed by Henry Cutts in lane 3. So Fortunato and Ahuja out in front, Cutts trying to chase him down. This will be the 100-yard touch. This will be halfway for our swimmers. In 4th is Theodore Gorey up in lane 5. You see the 6th, it's a close battle between Elijah Fortes and Vlad Damian. And then it's Eli Mascot and Andrew Cornell. But at the turn, it's still Rian with about a second lead over Fortunato, and then Cutts. Cutts trying to catch up to Fortunato there here in lanes 2 and 3. Cutts in 3, Fortunato in 2. They are still behind Rian Ajua up in lane 4. They will touch here for the 150 mark. You can see everybody on their third length of the pool here, third lap. And it is Rian Ajua, 150.106. Then Fortunato, a 154.4, 1/10 faster than Cutts right now. But Cutts cutting into that lead, cut about 0.8 off in that third 50. And it's going to be a close race between lanes 2 and 3 for second place. But it is Rian Ajua out in front, in the middle of your pool. Lane 4, fastest qualifier coming in with a 2:38.7. Cutts and Fortunato here at the bottom of your screen battling for second. And it looks like it will be Fortunato who will touch in second. I'm sorry, Cutts. I'm sorry, I had my lanes backwards there. Cutts, 2:33.55 for him. Let's run through. Ajua cutting about 2 seconds off of his personal best. Cutts cutting 10 seconds off his personal best to come in second. Fortunato cutting 12 seconds off his personal best. Then it is Theodore Gorey. And then Elijah Fortes at the top of your screen. Then you can see the rest of your finishers. Damian, Cornell, Mascot finishing up. And we'll move on to the girls 100-yard breaststroke. This is the first of 5 heats. 5 heats in this event. And we're going to hold on here for a second. I'm sorry, this is the 100-yard breaststroke. I can't read my own meet sheet. I apologize. 100-yard breaststroke. Heat 1 of 5. 100-yard breaststroke, heat 1 of 5. It looks like we're going straight to heat 2. So I'm going to wait confirmation because we have swimmers in all the lanes. Looks like we've gone straight to heat 2 here in the breaststroke. So the board at the board in your lower right, I don't think is going to get updated here. So I will run through who is in which lanes. If we held, well, we did not have somebody listed for lane 8. And so my guess is we've combined heats 1 and 2 here. And I do not have the sheet to tell you who's whom. Because it looks like a combination of heats 1 and 2. So if we're going off of 1 through 7 being the same swimmers that they were in heat 2, that would be Samantha Hobbs in 1. I'm looking to check her cap to see if it is an Arlington cap. It does appear to be, as she makes the turn here at the 50 mark. So you got the world heat 2? All right, let me run through this. I just got confirmation from one of our very nice officials here. Samantha Hobbs is in lane 1. Elliot O'Reilly is in lane 2. Adeline Sita is in lane 3. Isabel Dennis is in 4. Lane 5 is Georgia Humphrey. Elise Cahill is in 6. Matilda Prey is in 7. And Becca Schaller, who was in heat 1, is here in lane 8. So those are your changes. All these swimmers without previous times in this event. So I'll run through the swimmers and their times as they touch here if I do get something on the board. I don't know whether it's going to come up on the board or not here. But a 148.13, that's for Samantha Hobbs. Then a 152 even for Elliot O'Reilly. That's Adeline Sitta, not Merzay, with a 153.29. A 158.41 for Schaller up in lane 8. 205.38 for Matilda Prey in lane 7. Then is lane 4, which is Isabel Dennis. Isabel Dennis, not Schaller. Isabel Dennis with a 210.20. Then it's going to be Georgia Humphrey. Georgia Humphrey, not Sonati. Georgia Humphrey did not touch the wall hard enough to get a time. And it will be Elise Cahill finishing up this combined first and second heat. So this is heats 1 and 2. And we're going to have heat 3 next. So not confusing at all. And I apologize for that. And again, so Cahill did not touch the wall hard enough either. So now we're on. This is now heat 3. Heat 3, not heat 2. And so again, we'll have, I'll provide you with the names of the swimmers who are in this heat. We do not have swimmers in lanes 1 or 2. Or 8. So it is Zoe Murdoch from Potomac Marlins in 2. Emma Beamer Ross in 4. So, I'm sorry, Murdoch in 3. Emma Beamer Ross from York in 4. Caitlin Townsend from Marlins in 5. Machi Leisk from Herndon in 6. And Charlie Britton in 7 from AAC. And it is Caitlin Townsend from the Marlins out in front. Murdoch, Beamer Ross, Townsend, and Leisk all had pre-existing times in this event. As they touch for the 50, it is a 53.05 for Townsend, and then Beamer Ross with a 55.33. That's Mache Leisk in lane 6 with a 1 minute .24. It is Charlie Britton with a 1 minute 7.7 in lane 7. And Zoe Murdoch with the 1 minute .46 in lane 3. Again, this is heat 3. Our timing board is off by a heat. So hopefully we can fix that after this because we combined heats 1 and 2. At the turn, it is lane 5. That's Caitlin Townsend over Emma Beamer Ross. Townsend about 2/3 of a body length lead in the middle of the pool. Townsend's on the top. Beamer Ross is on the bottom of those two middle lanes. They'll come to the wall here. Again, I apologize. This is actually heat 3. Heat 3, not heat 2. And it is lane 5, which is Caitlin Townsend. So now the names have been updated. The names are right here. Caitlin Townsend with about a 21-second cutoff for previous best. She was a 2:13 coming in, a 1:52.34. Beamer Ross cutting about 4 seconds, a 1:57.32. Murdoch comes in 3rd, but I don't have a touch time for her. Leisk was cut about 12 seconds off her personal best, 2:11.25. Murdoch, it comes up as 2:11.75. I think she was a little faster than that. So either way, she will have set a personal best as well. Charlie Britton up in lane 7 near the top of your pool. She finishes out as well. She did not have a qualifying time. So she is a 2:09.62 for the best time that she's had. And now we are, so our board is up to date. Our board is up to date now. This is actually heat 4. Lane 1 is at the bottom of your screen with Caroline Lipscomb and Coraline Jordan in lane 8. No swimmer in lane 5. 4 swimmers, then an empty lane, and then 3 swimmers on the top half. So this is heat 4, where you have our heat numbers and timing system back updated. Heat 4 of 5, and the girls 100-yard breaststroke. There's Caroline Lipscomb, at the bottom of your screen. And the Potomac Marlins swimmer will have the first touch here. She makes the turn in 47.77, 1.8 seconds faster than Vicky Weisberg in lane 4. Then it is Laurel Haney in lane 2, followed by Julianne Capello, Grace Whitmer, Colin Clark, and Coraline Jordan. Coraline Jordan up in lane 8 at the top of your screen. So it is still Caroline Lipscomb in the bottom of your screen in that lane 1 out in front. Then a great battle for second here between lanes 2, 3, and 4. Haney, Whitmer, Weisberg, all neck and neck. Just switch the camera angle for the finishing line here. It will be lane 1. Caroline Lipscomb, she's going to set a significantly better personal best, cutting almost 11 seconds off her previous best. Then it's Haney, Laurel Haney, cutting 5 seconds, followed by Grace Whitmer, who cuts 3 seconds. She's in third. Vicky Weisberg in fourth. Then Juliana Capello cutting about 2 seconds off her personal best in fifth. Colin Clark in sixth, and Coraline Jordan in seventh. This is our fifth and final heat of the girls 9-10 100-yard breaststroke. And they are now in the water and underway. You'll see the names on the bottom of your screen, bottom right corner. Lane 1 is the bottom of your screen. Lane 8 is at the top. 4 lengths to the pool here in this fifth and final heat. The girls 100-yard breaststroke. The early lead is Victoria Gines in lane 3. Emma Driscoll on her hip in lane 4. And a close battle right now between Schreiber and Shive. And as they touch, it is Gines out in front. Then Shive has taken over second. Driscoll in third. Schreiber in fourth. So it is still Victoria Gines at the 75 mark, just out ahead of Emma Driscoll. Followed closely up in lane 6 by Kira Shive, and then lane 5, Claire Schreiber. And it's going to be a close finish here between Gines and Driscoll, the two Potomac Marlins teammates. Almost even here, and it looks like it will be at the touch. It is Driscoll just behind Gines. I'm sorry, from my angle, it looked like it was Driscoll. Gines with a 1:31.55. It's about 3 seconds faster for her. Driscoll about the same. Driscoll about a second faster, 1:31.62. Then Schreiber and Shive. Shive cutting about 2 seconds off her personal best. And you see the rest of the times on your screen, and they will come through and meet Mobile pretty quickly. I'll tell you, I believe we're already 3 or 4 events into getting the times updated in Meet Mobile. Let's move on. This is event 60. Event 60 is boys 9-10 100-yard breaststroke. This is the first of 4 heats here this morning. Lane 1, the bottom of your screen. Lane 7, the top swimmer of your screen. And lane 8 above him, empty. It is lane 5 right now. That's Dash McFeeters, who will make the touch first at the 25 mark. It's Oliver Yates, who's about half a body length behind. And then it's McCummins and Goldman. Right now it is Dash McFetters who will touch first. 51.03, about 1.4 seconds faster than Oliver Yates, followed by Albert McCummins and Benjamin Goldman. Those are your top 4 swimmers at the halfway mark. A great turn there by McFeeters up in lane 5. He is your lead swimmer right now in this first of 4 heats. Oliver Yates is next to him. You'll see them turn and make the way for home. Occasionally we do have some minor technical difficulties. The system is set up to, when somebody is close to their final touch, to switch to this angle, the start-finish angle. Unfortunately, something set it off a little earlier this time, but still can see all the swimmers. Just not the best angle, but it is. Dash McFeeters in lane 5, 146.96. Yates with about a 150 in lane 4 for second. Then Albert McCummins with a 152.81. And you can see the rest of the times populating on your screen. None of these young men had times coming into this event, so. We'll move on from Heat 1 to Heat 2. Heat 2 of 4. This is the boys' 100-yard breaststroke. Asher Cameron from Arlington Aquatic is in lane 1, which is at the bottom of your screen. Dylan Park in lane 8 at the top. So 4 swimmers at the bottom, empty lane 5, and then 6, 7, 8 at the top. And it is Dylan Park up in lane 8 with a good start, along with Asher Cameron and Lucas Hanlon, all with good starts here to get to the turn. It's also lane 6, that's Jackson Freed. But it is Park out in front. Park, one of 4 swimmers in this heat without a time coming in. And he is well out in front in this second of 4 heats. It's up in lane 8 at the top of your screen. Then it's lane 6, which is Jackson Freed, as Park touches 47.03. Here comes Freed, who touches in 54.47. Then it's Asher Cameron just ahead of Lucas Hanlon for 4th. Kristen Tuarach in 5th. Then Zach Heilman in 6th. And Brennan Gore up in lane 7. But already turning and heading for home here is Dylan Park. As I said, no legal times in the 100-yard breaststroke coming into today. But the York swimmer will be our first finisher here in this second heat. He closes and heads here for home, as he'll touch the wall up in lane 138.91 for Dylan Park to take this second heat. Jackson Freed in lane 6. He's in second, and he will touch second. A 157.54 for him. And then it is Asher Cameron, a 2:45. Christian Tudarach, a 2:01.22 for 4th. 2:02.67 for Lucas Hanlon. That's about a 4-second drop for Lucas. So a good swim for him. And then Zachary Heilman, up, I would say, I think he's about a 2:05, but 2:07, 2:08. But his touch did not register down in lane 2. He did not have a time coming into this. And neither does Brennan Gore, who will be our finisher up in lane 7. Here comes Brennan, and he touches in about 2:55. About 2:55 for Brennan there. First time he swam this event. As we move on to Heat 3. Heat 3 of 4 in event number 60, the boys 100-yard breaststroke. It's Davies Nelson in lane 1 at the bottom of your screen. James Cornell in lane 8 at the top of your screen. And you'll see the rest of the names pop up here in that lower right corner. 4 lengths of the pool here in the 100-yard breaststroke. And making the turn first is Ben Reed from NCAP in lane 4, middle of your pool. His teammate Atticus Lurie is in lane 3 and second. And then it's lane 6, which is Vlad Damien from Herndon. Reed will touch first in lane 4. 44.85, 45.99 for Atticus Lurie, then a 48.06 for Vlad Damien, a 49.5 for James Gallagher down here in lane 2. He's in 4th. And it's a close battle for 4th. Gallagher, and then lane 5, which is Klein, and lane 7, which is Gonzalez. But at the turn it is Ben Reed. Came in with a 1:46.33 as his qualifying time. Vlad Damien now looks like he's taken over second place from Atticus Lurie. So Damien up in 6, Lurie in 3. Damien making a good charge here. He's not going to have quite enough to catch Ben Reed. Ben Reed shattering his personal best, 10 seconds faster. Damien, a 1:38, also 10 seconds faster. Atticus Lurie, 9 seconds faster. So amazing swims here in this heat. James Gallagher cutting about 5 seconds. It is Noah Klein. Noah Klein right even with his qualifying time. Gonzalez cutting about 3 seconds up in lane 7. Here in lane 1, Davies Nelson cutting about a second. And James Cornell finishing up at the top of your screen in here in lane 8 for heat 3. This is heat 4. It is Eli Nigri at the bottom. TJ Stochowski up in lane 8 at the top. So lane 1, bottom of your screen. Lane 8 at the top. And it's lane 4, Wyatt Russell from York out in front of Kaysen Reber and Andrew Cornell, the 2 Potomac Marlin swimmers, right now in second place. And it will be will be Russell touching in front of Reber. A good second 25 here from Wyatt Russell, stretching out a body length lead over Kaysen Reber. And Russell will touch first, 38.65, 41.39 for Reber. It's Andrew Cornell, a 44.83 and a 46.11 for Ryan Tremont up in lane 6. He is in 4th. See the rest of the times populating in the lower right corner. It continues to be Wyatt Russell leading by about a body length, a little bit more than that now, over Kaysen Reber. It's the 4th and final heat of this event. Russell stretching out his lead now, almost 2 body lengths for the York swimmer, as he will come to the wall here. Wyatt, or the qualifying time of 1:24.76, cuts about 2.5 seconds off of that. 1:22.25 for Wyatt Russell, and it is Kaysen Reber in second around. 1:29 for him. Andrew Cornell, 1:33.16. That's good for, will be good for third. A 1:36.74 for Tremonti. You see the rest of the times populating here on your screen. Just to highlight, Eli Nigri with a 3-second drop in lane 1 for him in this final heat. So we'll move on to event number 61. Girls, 9-10, 100-yard backstroke. So it'll be a total of 4 lengths of the pool of backstroke here. And it looks like we've got 4 starters. It'll be lanes 2 and 3, Gabby Kostova and Ella Hathaway at the bottom part of your screen. Lane 2, the bottom swimmer. Then our next 2, then an empty lane in lane 4, and then Ellen Wasiak and Nolani Duarte are lanes 5 and 6. You okay? And out in front, it is Gabby Kostova. She makes the turn first at the 25-yard mark. Good swim here from Gabby to start. Did not have a time in this event. None of these young ladies did. In fact, both of our first 2 heats are full of young ladies who did not have qualifying times. With Gabby Kostova touching the wall first, 46.06. Then it's Nolani Duarte up in lane 6, top swimmer in your screen, 52.17. Ellen Wasiak from Arlington in lane 5, and Ella Hathaway in lane 3. About a second apart at the touch, but it looks like Hathaway now, with a great turn and a good third 25 here, has pulled even, if not ahead of Wasiak. Gabby Kostova out in front here significantly. She's going to take this heat. A very strong swim for her. She comes to the wall in 134.81. 134.81. First legal time. Did not have a qualifying time coming in for Gabby. Then it's Nolani Duarte in about 144, 145 range. Again, did not touch the wall hard enough there to register. That happens, especially in events like this. But a close battle here between Wasiak and Hathaway. Very tight as they come to the wall. It's going to come down to the touch. And neither of them touched hard enough. They both touched in about 203, 202, 203. But unfortunately, I can't tell you who touched first. Because neither of them touched hard enough to get an official read there. We're ready here now. Heat 2. Can't obviously do a flyover start when we're dealing with backstroke. So our first swimmer's out, our next swimmer's in, and we are underway. Lane 1, bottom of the pool, is Claire Schreiber from NCAP. Heidi Pecoraro up in lane 8 from York. And they are out early along with Caroline Lipscomb in lane 6. So again, none of the young ladies in this heat had a time coming in. It's a great turn there. It's actually Charlotte Jackson in 5, I believe. I apologize, I think I got that wrong. But Lipscomb is there as well, along with Schreiber and Pecoraro. It will be Claire Schreiber here in lane 1. She will touch first, just ahead of Pecoraro. Pecораro's touch did not, oh, there it goes. So Schreiber about a second ahead of Pecoraro. Some of those middle touches did not register. So we move on to the second 50 here. So battle for first between Schreiber and Pecoraro. Opposite ends of your pool, Schreiber in 1, Pecoraro in 8. Then a battle in the middle, 5 and 6, which is Jackson and Lipscomb. But it will be Claire Schreiber in lane 1. She will take this second of 4 heats in the 100-yard backstroke. And did not have a qualifying time coming in. And she will touch first, 125.88. 125.88. And then a 132.08 for Pecoraro up in lane 2. And then Lipscomb just out touching Jackson, a 138.95 for Lipscomb, a 139.63 for Jackson. That's third and fourth. And Callahan, a 150.82 for fifth. That's Emily Callahan from York. And it's going to be Chloe Curran from the Potomac Marlins, in the middle of your pool, 202.13. Followed by Alexis Rothweiler, 208.31. And then our final swimmer will be Trisha Walia in lane 3. She touches to finish this, 223.14. Move on now. Heat 3 of 4. This is heat 3 of 4. Natalie Cravens in lane 1 at the bottom of your screen. Emmy Condra at the top of your screen. So York swimmers bookmarking the pool in this one. Looks like we're short a couple of swimmers at least. Looks like 2 and 3 are not in the water here. But we are underway here for this third of 4 heats. And as they come to the wall here, very tight. Looks like just ahead is Emmy Condra up in lane 8. She does have the lead at the turn. Followed by, it looks like lane 4, which is Nora Dominski. And then a close battle for third. That's Dykstra, Townsend, and Cravens down here at the bottom of your screen. But it will be Emmy Condra who will turn first. I don't think her turn registered. You see the times that did register on your screen. But it is Condra out in front. She's got about a body length lead. Looks like maybe about a little less than that now over Nora Dominski, who is stretching out that second place advantage just ahead of Townsend and Brower. And also Natalie Cravens down here in lane 1 trying to make a run as well at second, third. But right now it is Emmy Condra up at the top of the screen. She's the one swimmer who came into this event without a qualifying time. But Emmy will take the heat. She finishes in 134.44. 134.44 for Emmy Condra up at the top of your screen. It'll be Dominski, Nora Dominski in second. She cuts about 3 seconds off her time. Then it'll be Brower and Townsend touching very closely. Townsend cutting 18 seconds off her personal best with a 144.01. Cravens cutting 28 seconds off her personal best. And Dykstra cutting 12 off of her personal best. So good swims there. Let's run through again. This is our fourth and final heat, 100-yard backstroke. Audrey Don from the Potomac Marlins in lane 1. Down at the bottom of your screen, Vicky Weisberg from York at the top of your screen. And they are in the water and underway. And out quickly in front is Stella Harms in lane 4. Milia Wollywitgoda in lane 3 in second. And then lane 5, it looks like Renee Owen is in third, but this is right now Stella Harms way out in front. And Harms will turn here. 35.37 for her, 36.54 for Wollywitgoda, and then Renee Owens. Followed by Audrey Yingst, then Sydney Hergenroder, Zoe Powell-Switai, and then looks like Powell-Switai is actually behind Weisberg, who's touched in register, and Audrey Don down here at the bottom of your screen with a good third 25. She's now pulled back ahead of Powell-Switai, but it is Stella Harms in lane 4. Harms with coming to the wall. She will win this heat. Her qualifying time was a 1:16.6. And she will beat that by about 4 seconds. 1:12.9. 1:15.65 for Wollywitgoda. So about 4 seconds faster for her. Renee Owen, about even with her qualifying time. Then Yangst with a 1:20.86. And you see the rest of your times come up on the screen. So that is the girls' 100-yard backstroke. And now we'll move on to the boys. First heat of 4, 2 gentlemen in the pool. It's Asher Cameron in lane 3, Alex Leith in lane 4. And on now lane 5, that's Lucas Pinheiro, sorry. Way out in front is Lucas Pinheiro, followed by Alex Leith and Asher Cameron. Lucas Pinero up in lane 6 with a significant lead. None of the young men in this heat have a qualifying time in the 100 back. And it is Pinero who will touch first in about 140. And then Leith, 150, 145, and then Cameron. As I said, all these young men did not have a qualifying time coming in. We'll move on. Heat 2. This is Heat 2 of 4 in the boys 100-yard backstroke. Dash McFeeters in lane 1, the bottom of your screen, and Noah Jimenez in the top of your screen in lane 8. They enter as they're here on the second 25. It is Rian Ahuja, Rian Ahuja, 38.58 for his first 50, and he is out in front in this heat. And it's Gunnar Bowie in the center of your pool, and then Dash McFeeters at the bottom of your pool. So our first 3 spread out in the lanes. But it is Rian Ahuja up in lane 7. Swimmer for NCAP, did not have a qualifying time coming in. As Ahuja touching 1:19.26. 1:19.26. His time here in this heat. This is a point of reference. That 1:19.26 would have put him as the second fastest qualifier, or third fastest qualifier, apologies. In second is, in the middle of your pool, that was Gunnar Bowie, and then at the bottom of your pool, Dash McFeeters. Right in lane 5 is your 4th place finisher, Charlie Gray. And above him is your 5th place finisher, Matthew Backer. And it looks like it's going to be Hussam Nadim in lane 2, followed by Brennan Bjor in lane 3. And lane 8 at the top of your screen, Noah Jimenez has made that final turn and is headed for home. That wraps things up here as Noah touches 2:47.43 at the top edge of your screen. We'll move on. This will be Heat 3 of 4, Heat 3 of 4, and the boys 100-yard backstroke. And we are underway. Lane 2 is the bottom of your screen, the swimmer in the bottom of your screen. Nobody in lane 1. Lane 2, Eli Nigri in 2. James Cornell from Potomac Marlins in lane 8 at the top of your screen. All right, now it's Taryn Heron battling for the lead with Jack Rubin and Eli Nigri as they come to the wall for the first 25. It's very tight between those 3 young men. And also now making a bit of a run is Jonah Hu from NCAP up in lane 6. But right now it is Taryn Heron and Eli Nigri battling here for the lead. Looks like Nigri on this second 25 has taken the advantage as they make the flip turn, and it is Nigri with a 40.51, about 0.8 faster than Taryn Heron in lane 2. Third is Jack Rubin up in lane, or down in lane 3, and then Henry Cutts in the middle of your pool, battling for 4th with Jonah Hu. But Eli Nigri on that third 25, stretching out his lead. Taryn Heron in 2nd. then third right now is, it looks like Jack Rubin just out ahead, maybe about a half body length lead over Henry Cutts and Jonah Hu. But it will be coming to the wall first. Eli Nigri, 121.64, cutting 11 seconds off his personal best. Taryn Heron cutting about 4 seconds off his, 124.57. Rubin cutting about 2.5 seconds off his personal best, followed by Henry Cutts. And then it is Jonah Hu up in lane 6. And then Gallagher, that's James Gallagher. And finally, it's James Cornell at the top of your screen. To wrap up this third of 4 heats, we'll move on to the fourth and final heat. Fourth and final heat of event number 62. Boys 100-yard backstroke, and then we'll move on to the 50-yard freestyle. Lane 1 is at the bottom of your screen. That's Eli Mascott, and Miles Ledford is in lane 8 at the top of your screen. They are in the water and underway. 4 lengths of the pool here, 2 full laps. Way out in front, over a body length lead for Maddox Corey in lane 4. He turns in 34.5, well out in front here, over 3 seconds ahead of second place, which is Chase Fortunato. And it's Cole Clapmust in 2, and Joseph Kelly currently in 4th in lane 5. That is going to be a good battle here for third place. Trying to cut into that lead is Chase Fortunato from Maddox Corey, but Corey still over a body length lead, got off to a great start and continues to lead here. He came in with a 1:16.64 as his qualifying time. And he'll be under that here this afternoon. Or still morning. 1:13.63, cutting about 3 seconds. Chase Fortunato cutting 3 seconds as well, 1:16.51. In third is Joseph Kelly, followed by Ryan Lee, who cuts about a second. Cole Clapmust's time did not post. And then we've got Eli Mascott, then Andrew Cornell, and Miles Ledford are your final finishers here in the 100-yard backstroke. As we move on, we're now on to event number 63, girls 9-10, 50-yard freestyle. Four swimmers in the pool for this. It is Ella Hathaway at the bottom of your screen in lane 2. Elise Cahill in lane 5 at the top of your screen. But out first is lane 4. That's Becca Schaller. She has the early lead. None of these young ladies have qualifying times in the 50 free. It's only 2 lengths to the pool. As Schaller will turn and head for home, she is well out in front. Georgia Humphrey is in lane 3. She's in second. Ella Hathaway is third in lane 2, and then you see Elise Cahill at the top of your screen. But it is Scheller touching about 41 seconds, I'll say. Time did not register. Humphrey's time doesn't register. Hathaway's time doesn't register. So those will get updated from the manual or from, if it just didn't come through on our system. And Cahill's didn't either, so hopefully that's not telling us there's something wrong with the touchpads. We should know after this heat, which is heat 2 of 8 in event number 63. Girls, 9-10, 50-yard freestyle, and they are in the water and underway. Matilda Prey is in lane 1 at the bottom of your screen, and it's Charlie Britton in lane 8 at the top of your screen. Those two young ladies do not have qualifying times. Everybody else in this heat does. But it is Charlie Britton up in lane 8 with the early lead as the first and only touch. And a tight battle for second between Matilda Prey and that is lane 5, which is Izzy Matthews. Matthews with a great turn, and it's about even between lanes 1 and 5 for second place, but it will be Charlie Britton who will touch first. She will win this heat. She touches at the top of your screen, 41 41.02 for Charlie Britton to win the heat. Second place will be Matilda Prey. And then Matthews will be third. Wilkinson will be fourth with a 54.28. And then it is Dykstra coming in next with about a 105. Anthony coming with about a 105, 106. And we now move on to the third heat. It's heat 3 of 8. Again, lane 1, bottom of your screen. Lane 8, top of your screen. Again, only 4 swimmers in this heat. And it's lane 5, Caitlin Noble out in front, leading from Colette Mara. Came in with a 45.83 as her qualifying time, fastest in this heat. And she leads the heat. A good turn and a good start of the coming home stretch there for Isabel Dennis up in lane 6. Down in lane 2, Colette Mara trying to catch Caitlin Noble, but it will be Noble who would touch first. 42.81 for Noble, cutting about 3 seconds off her best. Dennis with a 45.97. Mara somewhere around that same mark as well. That'll be personal best for both of them. About 2 seconds faster for Dennis. About the same for Mara. And here comes Ellen Wasiak in lane 1. And she will finish up this third of 8 heats. So still have 5 heats to go. This will be the 4th heat. We'll hit the halfway point after this heat of this event. And they are in the water and underway. All 8 lanes filled here in this one. 1 at the bottom, 8 at the top. And it is a very tight bunch here. It looks like just a little bit of a lead for lane 4. Lane 4 is Alina Kinder. Being close battle between her and Charlotte Styling up in lane 8. They are about even halfway through this final leg. Claire Polsinelli in lane 1 trying to reel both of them in. It's going to be a tight finish here. As they come to the wall, it will be Styling with a 40.17. For her, that is a 4-second drop. And then Polinsky and Kinder. Polinsky and Kinder are your top 3 in that heat. You saw the rest of the times and finishers. And we will have those in Meet Mobile in the not too distant future. As we have heat 5 of 8 underway. As we have swimmers in all but lane 5 in this heat. Looks like Taylor Saunders, I think, might have lost her goggles on the jump there. They are now at the far wall and making the turn and headed for home. It is Samantha Hobbs in lane 3. She is out in front. Lane 4, Nora Dominski right about a body length behind, and making a good charge here is Elliot O'Reilly in lane 1. Yep. As Hobbs will touch first. 37.81. Dominski a 40.50. And then Callahan and O'Reilly almost simultaneously around 43. Then you see the rest of your times on the screen, and I can confirm Riley Saunders did lose her goggle. I'm sorry, Taylor Saunders lost her goggles on that. I think that threw her off a little bit there off the start. We are underway, heat 6. Heat 6 of 8 in event 63. All 8 lanes filled here. And out early, it's Juliana Capello and Amelia Henger. And it's Henger who will touch first, and then Capello. They've turned and made the way for home. Claire Riley, along with Adeline Sitta and Mary Barrios, are battling for third. But it will be out in front. Amelia Henger, she will touch first, 35.73, cut about 3 seconds off her time. Then you see the rest. Sitta, Capello, then Riley, Barrios. You see the rest of our finishers there. Let's move on. This is heat 7 of 8 in the 50-yard freestyle. Clara Myers is in lane 1 at the bottom. Emerson Mancari is in lane 8 at the top. And it is Mancari making a turn first. She has the lead. It looks like the middle of the pool, 6, 5, and 3. Lipscomb, Whitmer, and Jenks are trying to chase her down, but this will be Emerson Mancari up in lane 8. She will take this heat 31:35, cuts about 5.5 seconds off her personal best. Jenks a 34:1. Then Whitmer, Lipscomb, Myers, Clark, Lambert to finish out our 7th heat, and now we're on to the final heat. Final heat is Catherine Castillo in lane 1 at the bottom of your screen, Livy Laurie in lane 8 at the top. Out in front, it is lane 4. That's McKinley Boosin. Boosin leads from Harms at the turn. Renee Owen battling there second as well, and also a good turn there for Camille Caroma up in lane 7. But it is McKinley Boosin. She touches 27.95, breaks the 28-second mark, which is making one of the coaches really happy. Harms and then Owen in second and third. Caroma and Gines, and then you see Driscoll, Laurie, and Castillo finishing it out. Again, times will get posted to Meet Mobile. You'll see those later on today. We move on to heat 1 of 7 of the boys 50-yard freestyle. So lane 2 is Benjamin Goldman, bottom of your screen. Gunnar Bowie is lane 7 at the top of your screen, and it is Bowie and Will Coleman who lead this heat. Bowie and Coleman battling tight. It's good second 25 here from Coleman in lane 3. None of these young men had qualifying times. Bowie, though, takes it 35.56, 36.42 for Coleman. Panero with a 39.43 in third. McCummins with a 41.82 in fourth. And then it will be Benjamin Goldman, who will finish in 5th here with about a 51. So we'll move on. Heat 2 of 7 of the boys 50-yard freestyle. Holding off here, waiting for the whistles. Again, lane 1, bottom of your screen, lane 8 at the top. That's Ali Dagestan in lane 1, Noah Jimenez in lane 8. Noah's the only one without a qualifying time in this heat. It looks like lane 1 will be empty. So we have a pause here. So we wait for this second heat. And they're in and underway. Looks like we don't have a swimmer in 1, and that's it. Every other lane has a swimmer. Lane 2 is Benji Smith at the bottom, and lane 8 is Noah Jimenez at the top. But it's lane 3 right now. That's Bill Ta and Alex Leff are your top 2 going into the turn. Nice turn there by Alex Leff up in lane 6. As he and Bill Ta battle here. Now Ta with a good stretch turn here, or stretch run I mean, as he has taken over first place in this heat. A great sprint here by Smith and Gonzalez and Tuano. Ta will touch first, 47.46, and then it's Lath and then Gonzalez and Tuano and Smith all touching almost simultaneously. Backer with a 52.16, and Lobert touching at about 58, 59. As here comes Noah Jimenez to finish out this heat up in lane 8. And he touches, and we are done here with this second heat. We're on to the third heat. This is heat 3 of 7. And they are in and underway. 7 swimmers in the water. Lane 2 is Jackson Freed at the bottom. Lane 8 is Finn Gilkes at the top. They've made the turn here, and it is Freed out in front, about a body length over Zachary Heilman. Freed will touch first. 40.40 for Jackson Freed. That's almost 6 seconds faster than his personal best. And you see the rest of the times popping up again. Some of these times will be adjusted based on when they touched in terms of not touching the wall hard enough. We'll go from there. So we move on. This is heat 4 of 7. Boys 50-yard freestyle. Here they come to the wall. Finish out this heat, and it is in first David Chan, followed by Davies Nelson. Very close finish there between the two of them. And then you see it's Oliver Yates and Lucas Hanlon finishing out this fourth heat. See the rest of the times popped up. As I said, they'll come through and meet mobile, and now we're on to heat 5 of 7. Lane 1 is Fenner Abbey in the bottom of your screen, Charlie Gray in lane 8 at the top. See this, and I apologize, neither of those lanes have swimmers, so it's lane 3. Vlad Damian is the swimmer closest to the bottom of your screen, as the swimmers run all the way through up to lane 8 at the top. They'll come to the wall here. It's a very tight finish, and it is Cole Clapmust. Cole Clapmust, 34.59, getting just under his personal best. And you see the rest of the times there before they jump off the screen. We move on to heat 6. This is heat 6 of 7 in the boys 9-10 50-yard freestyle. And they are in the water and underway. Vicas Gonzalez is at the bottom of your screen in lane 1. Emmett Cocker at the top of your screen. He is in lane 8. And it's right now close battle between lanes 4 and 6. That's Eli Nigri and Joshua Friend. And a good charging finish here by Henry Cutts in lane 5. They're going to come to the wall, and at the same time it's Cutts just out in front. 0.07 seconds separating first, second, and third. Cutts, Nigri, Friend, all finishing there with personal bests and all very close to each other in the middle of your pool. A good stretch run there by those 3 young men. As we move on to our final heat. This is heat 7 of 7 in the boys 50-yard freestyle. Poppy Lindros is in lane 1 at the bottom of your pool. Max Hamby in lane 8 at the top. It's lane 4, Maddox Corey Out in front here at the turn, he will have the lead. And then a plethora of swimmers right behind him. A good turn and a good stretch here by Theodore Gorey. Gorey in 6. 4 is Maddox Corey and Joseph Kelly in 5. They come to the wall here, and it will be Corey out in front at 30.58, just ahead of Gorey and Kelly. Second and third. You see the rest of our finishers. Hamby in 4th, the top of your screen in lane 8. So that takes us to event number 65. Event 65, which is the girls 100-yard individual medley. This is heat 1 of 6, our penultimate event of the day. And looks like we have 6 young ladies, maybe 5 instead, I'm sorry. It is 5 young ladies in the pool to start. It is Taylor Saunders on her own down in lane 1. Then 3, 4, 5, and 6 in the middle of your pool. And that's Colin Clark on the bottom of those and Becca Schaller at the top. None of these young ladies had times in this event going in. So it's a 25 butterfly off the blocks. Then we move to the backstroke portion, then breaststroke, then freestyle. And out in front right now is Vicky Wasberg. She is in lane 5 and she has the lead on this backstroke leg. Clark is in 2nd, Becca Schaller in 3rd. Wasberg will make the turn, 43.09 for her. 46.76 for Clark, 47.23 for Schaller. They're on to the breaststroke leg. And it continues to be out in front, Vicky Wasberg. Looks like Colin Clark trying to gain a little bit of space here on her. At the turn, no, it is still Wasberg as they turn and go to freestyle and head for home. It's Clark in 2nd, Schaller in 3rd, and Alina Kinder in 4th as they're all on the freestyle leg. Taylor Saunders at the bottom of your pool, making the turn as well. But here they come to the wall. It will be Vicky Wasberg. As I said, none of these young ladies had times coming in. She touches first, about 135. Clark with a 135.91. Then it is Schaller with about a 143. Same for Kinder. Kinder's touch says 144.51. We'll see if that's right or not. But a good closing bit here by Taylor Saunders comes in 151.45. Great breaststroke and freestyle legs for her. This will be heat 2. Heat 2 of 6 in the girls 100-yard IM. None of these young ladies with qualifying times in this event. It's Caitlin Noble in lane 1, Charlotte Jackson in lane 8, lane 1 bottom of your pool, lane 8 at the top. And it's right now Amelia Hanger in lane 3 with the lead. And she is well out in front, 1, 3, and 8 then. Caitlin Noble, Amelia Hanger. I'm sorry, that's 1, 4, and 8. So that's Noble, Charlie Britton, and Charlotte Jackson, who were all very tight at that turn. It looks now like Britton has taken a bit of an advantage in the backstroke leg, but Noble and Jackson closely tied here for 3rd. 43.5 for Hanger in lane 3. She is your leader. Britton a 47.78. Jackson a 48.98 in 3rd. Pecoraro, with a 52.2 has taken over 4th. Pecoraro with a very good breaststroke leg, along with Charlotte Jackson at the top, and to try and get closer to Charlie Britton, but it is Amelia Hanger, did not have a qualifying time, and she's going to take this heat. She is headed home and will touch here in the freestyle leg with a final time of 132.10. 132.10, which would have put her in heat 5 of 6 instead of heat 2 if she had that time coming in. But she comes in first in this heat. It will be lane 8 at the top of your screen, Charlotte Jackson. Then Pecoraro and Britton. Good finish there by Ellie Kinney with 150.43 all the way up in lane 7. Then Caitlin Noble with a 155.05. Around the same for Allie Kane. I think she's a little slower, about 156, 157. And then Izzy Matthews, touches lasting about 208, 209. Now that ends our second of 6 heats. 4 more heats to go here of girls competition here now this afternoon. It's 5E Anthony in 1, Samantha Hobbs in 8. From bottom of your screen to the top of this 100-yard IM. Start with butterfly. And as I said before, backstroke, breaststroke, freestyle. And 3, 4, and 5, O'Reilly, Brower, and Duarte all touching almost simultaneously, but a great turn by Elliott Riley. And she now has stretched out a body length plus lead here on the backstroke leg. A good leg up by Samantha Hobbs up in lane 8 to get into the mix here. But it will be Elliott O'Reilly touching first, a 45.38, then Hobbs a 48.25 and a 48.97 for Sutton Brower in lane 4. Nolani Duarte with a 51.58 as they move on to breaststroke. And it's about a body length lead for O'Reilly over Hobbs. And about a half body length between Brower and Duarte in the middle of the pool. Duarte putting together a very strong breaststroke leg, just like Hobbs did, to get closer to Elliott O'Reilly. Elliott O'Reilly in lane 3 has a lead, about a body length over Hobbs. And Elliott O'Reilly, who came in with a 147.9, is going to be significantly under that here today. She touches in about 137. She'll cut about 10 seconds off of that time. Hobbs will come in second. Third is Duarte with a 143.4. No, I'm good, thanks. Brower a 147.29. So Callahan with about a 158, I'll say. And Machi Lisk up in lane 7. She's going to have a significant cut here. About 20 seconds off her personal best. So 228 coming in. She's about 208, 209. As 5E Anthony looking to finish out here down in lane 1. Here to finish out the third heat. Ivy will touch about 238, so about a 6 to 7 second off her personal best there. So we move on to heat. This is heat number 4 of 6. Lane 1 at the bottom, lane 8 at the top. All right, we are back here. It is lanes 1, 3, and 7. Mary Barales, Nora Dominski, and Laurel Haney all touching about even in that butterfly leg, the first of these 4 legs in the IM. A great backstroke leg by Mary Barales in lane 1. She will have the lead at the halfway mark. And closely behind her, lanes 2. Looks like lanes 2, 5, and 7. That's Castillo, Capello, and Haney as they move on to breaststroke. And it's a good push here into breaststroke by Juliana Capello. They've made the turn and headed for home here. And it's a close battle between lanes 5 and 7. That's Juliana Capello and Laurel Haney. They're battling here to the end. It looks like a slight lead for Capello. And Capello will touch first in the middle of the pool. 135.93 for her, cutting about 3 seconds. Haney in second at 136.73. About 4 seconds for her, as you see Dominski coming in 138.44. That is off. That is about a second off of her personal best. So good job there. You'll see here we move on to heat 5. This is heat 5 of 6. They're in the water and underway. Butterfly leg first, then backstroke, breaststroke, and freestyle. And in the middle of the pool, it's Adrian Jenks, Zoe Powell-Swittai, and Victoria Gaines were your first 3 off the blocks there in the fly leg. As coming into that battle as well as Amelia Lambert in lane 1. They've made the turn onto the backstroke leg. It's a close battle, Jenks and Gaines. Lambert and Powell-Swittai, along with Livy Laurie now making a good stretch here in the backstroke. But it is Jenks with a 40.00, then Gaines with a 40.7. Lambert 100th faster than Powell-Swittai at the touch, 43.15, 43.16. They've moved on to breaststroke. And it's again still a close battle. Lanes 1, 2, and 5 for third place, and a close battle between lanes 4 and 6 for first. And it looks like Victoria Gaines with a good breaststroke leg has taken the lead from Jenks. They've turned and headed for home. It is Gaines in lane 6 ahead of Jenks in lane 4. And a close battle for third. But it will be Victoria Gaines coming in with a time of 1:33.83, and she touches in 1:25.71, about 8 seconds faster for Gaines. Jenks cutting about 4 seconds. It's Laurie 1:32.06, 1:33.31 for Powell-Swittai for 4th. Lambert a 1:34.23 for 5th. And that wraps up the 5th of 6 heats. We move on to the 6th and final heat. Lane 1 at the bottom of your pool and lane 8 at the top. As the middle of the pool, that's lanes 4 and 5. Renee Owen and Emerson Mancari. They've touched and now have made their way back here in the backstroke leg. It is just out in front. Owen above Mancari. As they touch, as Mancari, though, at the touch takes the lead. 34.78, 34.97. Between the two swimmers in the center of the pool, they have first and second. And then it's, right now, it looks like Kira Shive and Mila Welly-Widagoda. And Welly-Widagoda now looks like slightly ahead of Shive for third. But it continues to be Owen and Mancari battling in the center of the pool. They touch almost simultaneously at the 75-yard mark and now make the turn and head for home on the freestyle leg. As it is lane 4, that will be Renee Owen. She will take this 1:17.65. First time as she cuts about a second. Mancari getting under the 120 mark for the first time. 1:18.77. Welly-Widagoda 1:21.71. About 2 seconds faster off her personal best for third. And that wraps up heat 6. That's heat 6 of the girls. Now we move on to 6 heats of the boys. This is heat 1. With 3 in the pool, sorry. That's lanes 3 at the bottom, lane 6 at the top of your swimmers. Gavin Heeb, Hassam Nadim, and Leonardo Gonzalez Antuano. They're on the backstroke. Hassam Nadim out in front. Gavin Heeb in second. Leonardo Gonzalez Antuano in third. None of these young men with qualifying times in 100-yard IM. Now they're on to the breaststroke leg. finish the breaststroke leg, and now on to freestyle for Hassam Nadim in lane 4 in the middle of your pool. The lead over Gavin Heeb, and then you see Leonardo Gonzalez Antuano finishing up the breaststroke at the top of your screen. Nadim touches first, Heeb touches second. And finishing up is Gonzalez Antuano. We'll move on now. This is Heat 2 of 6. It's Chan at the bottom of your screen, David Chan, and Benji Smith will be at the top of your screen. They are in the water and underway. 6 swimmers in this heat. See the first 4 lanes, then an empty lane, then a swimmer, empty lane, swimmer. The bottom of your screen, top of your screen. At the butterfly leg, it is David Chan who touches first, just ahead of Lucas Pinheiro. They moved on to backstroke, and Pinheiro now just ahead of Chan. Third place, Albert McCummins, and then a battle for 4th between Miranda and Backer. But at the turn, it is Lucas Pinheiro and then David Chan. They're with about a 2.5 second lead going into breaststroke. And it is lane 3, that's Lucas Pinheiro, making a turn first and heading for home, with David Chan in second. And it is Pinheiro who wins this. Great finish there by Albert McCummins to take second, then Chan in third. Alright, we are now on. This is Heat 3. Heat 3 of 6 here of the boys 100-yard IM. Lane 1 at the bottom of your screen is Andrew Beelart. Lane 8 is Robert Thompson. He'll be at the top, and they are in the water and underway. 7 swimmers in the pool for this, and it's Taryn Heron way out in front off the butterfly leg here. Great start, and he's going to get to that far wall in about 16 seconds. Or make it 17. He'll switch to backstroke. He has a significant advantage over the rest of the field here in this third heat. See Heron now on to backstroke, and he's going to touch. He's going to touch in 38.4. 38.4 for Taryn Heron in the first 50. See the rest of our swimmers, it's going to be lane 3, I think. That is lane 3. That's Paul Wynn who touches next. And then it's a tight after that. I believe it's, I'm sorry, Asher Cameron. Asher Cameron touching ahead of Paul Wynn. And then it's a whole plethora of swimmers. The top part of your pool, Nelson, Tudarachi, and Thompson. All pretty tight here for 4th, but it's Taryn Heron makes the turn and is headed for home. Taryn Herron. He came in with a qualifying time of 1:43.58. Hasn't swum this in a while. So he just got for 21 seconds. 21 and a half seconds off his personal best. 1:22.09. 1:22.09 for Taryn Herron to win this heat. Now, the battle for second, it is right now Asher Cameron in lane 3. Cameron's going to have a significant time cut. Cuts about 6 seconds. Next to him is Paul Wynn. Paul Wynn cuts about a second off of his personal best for third. Nelson in fourth with about a 2-second cut. Then Tudarachi, all about a 3-second cut up in lane 7, followed by Thompson, who cuts about 20 seconds, and then Andrew Belart here in lane 1 to finish out the heat. Move on to heat 4. This is heat 4 of 6 in the boys 100-yard IM. So reset here. Lane 1, bottom of your screen, Brady Heyman, with Timothy Friend at the top. They're in the water and underway. 4 lengths of the pool, 1 of each stroke. As we are on butterfly to start. It is Jack Rubin and Ben Reed out early here in this heat, and it will be Rubin who is going to carry the lead through the first 25. He's in lane 2. He's the next to bottom lane. He goes to backstroke and is now battling with a great turn there from Ben Reed. They will be neck and neck here on the backstroke leg. And then it's Timothy Friend up in lane 8
I got a couple
in
here.
third. Reed with a great backstroke leg. Rubin with a very strong backstroke leg as well as they come to the wall. And it is Reed out ahead of Rubin. Reed makes the turn. And now we'll start breaststroke. He had a great finish there and an amazing flip turn. Or I'm sorry, amazing backstroke turn to get out in front here. He leads this 4th heat. He's now over a body length ahead of Jack Rubin. A great breaststroke leg there for him. Jack Rubin with a strong leg as well. He is significantly ahead of Timothy Friend, who's in third. Friend trying to cut that gap. But they've turned and headed for home. Just our lead swimmers here onto this final 25, and it will be Ben Reed, middle of your pool, lane 4. Came in with a 1:28.94 as a qualifying time. It's about 5.5 seconds under that. 1:23.41 for him. Good finish here in lane 5 for cuts. Just not going to be enough. He's 100th behind Rubin. Jack Rubin, 4 seconds better than his personal best coming in. Henry cuts about 2 seconds and finishes third by 1/100th of a second. And then it is at the top of the pool, Timothy Friend cutting about 2.5 seconds to finish 4th. We're on to heat 5. Penultimate heat here of the afternoon. Poppy Lindros in lane 1. At the bottom of your screen, Dylan Park in lane 8 at the top. Here we are into the butterfly leg, first of the 4 legs. And right now it's Cole Clapmust and looks like Theodore Gorey in the center of your pool, who will touch first. It's Gorey out in front as they make the turn to backstroke. Sorry, he's in second. Did not see Dylan Park with a great turn up there in 8. But Gorey now slightly ahead of Park. A good swim here for Clapmust on the backstroke leg. There, he's going to be right there. Him and Gorey are going to be very close here at the touch, and it is going to be Clapmust just ahead of Gorey, followed by Park. And then Ryan Tremonti in 4th in this 5th of 6 heats. We're on to the breaststroke leg, and it's, again, tight race here. But it looks like Clapmust just pulling out a little bit of an advantage. Ryan Tremonti with a very strong breaststroke leg trying to catch up to him. Gorey and Park also strong legs as well. They touch the wall and head for home. And it right now is Ryan Tremonti and Dylan Park. And right now it does look like it is Tremonti. Tremonti out in front. He will touch first, 1:27.73 for him. Followed by, then you see, our other finishers popping across the board here. And I think some of those touches might not have been the first touches. But we'll get those final times into Meet Mobile and you'll see them. We're on to our final heat. This is our final heat of the day in our final event. It's event 66, heat 6, boys, 9-10, 100-yard IM. Lane 1 at the bottom, lane 8 at the top. And it is right now out in front. It looks like it's going to be at the touch. Lane 3, which is Chase Fortunato. Closely followed by Rihanna Ahuja. They move to backstroke. Maddox Corey having a good stretch run here in backstroke. He is right there with our top two. It's going to be a very close touch, and it will be at the wall. It's going to be Fortunato, and then Ahuja, and then Maddox Corey. And they've moved on to breaststroke. It is Rian Ahuja out in front. He leads from Chase Fortano. Chase Reber with a very strong breaststroke leg here in 3. Same can be said for Wyatt Russell up in 6, but it will be Rian Ahuja who touches first, turns and comes to the backstroke leg. But as I said, a great turn there. That was lane 6 up at the top of your screen. Just Wyatt Russell. They'll come to the wall. It will be Rian Ahuja first, Reber second, Fortunato third, Russell fourth. You can see second to fourth separated by 0.7 of a second. So the rest of our times come in. And that is our final event and our final heat here today. So thank you very much everyone for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Glad that we were able to bring this to you. And we'll be signing off here from the Colgan High School Prince William County Aquatic Center. Thanks again, and have a great rest of your Sunday.